It's the Urb Thrasher Flower Hour, featuring music, videos, and backstage interviews with the masters of metal, the monsters of rock, and the hellbellies of alt country. Now, throw your horns up and crank it to 11 with your host, Urb Thrasher.
Yeah, what's going on, everyone? What's out there in the world? Yeah, it's Urb Thrasher here with Brian the Red. What's up, Brian?
Not much, buddy. Ready to rock.
That's right, here at Roll the Tide Studios in Portland, Oregon. Radical Russ is off on a mission tonight. He's actually in Denver for the 710 Cup. That's right. On Wednesday, we had the 710 Day. In fact, I'll call it the 710 Holiday. What's going on now? Because you know how 420 is taking over. Well, now we've got 710. And so now we've got the first ever 710 Cup in Denver. Radical Russ is there. We're going to talk to him hour 2, get updates, find out what's up for the agenda this weekend. He's going to be streaming it all weekend here on 420radio.org. And I think he's at a VIP party tonight. And he'll give us an updates and tell us who he's seen so far and maybe how many dabs he's taken and just all kinds of stuff. You know, Denver, man, Colorado being one of 2 legalization states here in the U.S., Colorado's been having it going on lately. So Denver has just been on fire with the High Times having the Cannabis Cup there a month ago. And shout out to Denver and Colorado and all you guys that voted to make that happen. And I know he's having a great time. So looking forward to hour 2 talking to Radical Russ. But hour 1 tonight, very, very excited to have a special guest, one of my good friends, and one of the dudes who is really kind of taking the Northwest music industry and just really grasping a hold of it. And that is Scott McKinley of CaviGold Records out of Seattle, Washington. I met him a couple years ago at Seattle Hemp Fest, and basically at that time he was just a dude. And now he's a whole record label and has 4 bands signed and has kind of a Cavi kind of company going on. He's been in Mexico working with Robert Lang Studios, and so we're going to talk with him in about 5-10 minutes and see what's going on in his world. They've actually had a couple bands announced for Seattle Hemp Fest and for Portland Hemp Stock. So we'll talk about that and see what's going on with CaviGold Records and Scott, what he has up his sleeve, and bands. You are definitely going to want to pay attention to this because CaviGold is currently signing. And so if you're looking to get signed and how to send in your demos and how you can go about doing this, we're going to ask him, and he'll be able to tell you all about that. So looking forward to talking with Scott McKinley of CaviGold Records. And tell you about last weekend. Last Friday night, Iko and I went to the Demon Lung show, and you can catch that blog and interview and pictures up at 420radio.org on our blog page. But I had a great time. I'll tell you a little about that. Shanda was awesome. Jeremy was awesome. Met those guys. They had a great set. And I really enjoyed it. And anyways, got a great show tonight. So you guys kick back. Got a brand new Lucero song right now, remastered. It's not brand new, but it's remastered. You hadn't heard of it. Climb Inside, coming back with Scott McKinley. Turn it up, folks.
Behind were so clean that they don't fade. And the nothingness it stands before you, changing so my sleepless light, and I don't understand why you're all here. And I will climb inside. You can't see me, and I will climb inside. Feelings got left aside, but you won't consume me. And lost inside this hole so dark with dreams left carelessly behind. And I will climb inside. And you can't see me. I'm blowing caviar gold as I roll through the Seattle streets. I got a bad bitch with me, she's my passenger. So much ass, I call her a passenger. And I'm asking her, caviar gold as I roll through the Seattle streets. I got a bad bitch with me, she's my passenger. So much ass, I call her a passenger. And I'm asking her, how's it feel to know I changed your life? Months ago you said I ain't your type. Benz black and the range all white. Wrist froze but the chain so bright. I still ride through the hillside in the L5 with the steel ride. By my side for the thrill ride. Fresh to death but I'm still live. Pistols for you angels and demons. I'm armed and I'ma keep them arms up. They call crooked eye cause the niggas a factor. Fuck with a boss and get rid of them actors. I'ma get paper to the end of my chapter. So hood rich, I forget I'm a rapper. So hood rich, I forget I'm a rapper. Badass bitches wanna sit on my lap. Even when I die, my name will make money. So fuck you, death, I'll be getting it after. Bentley paint is all pearl. I tell these hoes that y'all squirrel. Cause I'm a nut, thinking like a call girl. Fuck everybody in this small world. Caviar gold as I roll through the Seattle streets. I got a bad bitch with me, she's my passenger. So much ass, I call her a passenger. And I'm asking her, caviar gold as I roll through the Seattle streets. I got a bad bitch with me, she's my passenger. So much ass, I call her a passenger. And I'm asking her,
never really knew what it was like to get high. Caviar gold, get your crooked eye. You can call me a sick fuck. It's a lift up, let it up and get ripped up. I'm on a lean wall, cabin straight to the top. You can call me Jack, on me in the game, Mr. Beanstalk.
It's 420 and I'm surrounded by money. And these honeys is bunnies. I give them one knees and off come they undies. Pass me a blunt, I want that CaviGold name. Shit so cold, I snap a picture. Freeze frame. Craze on the bill with a blunt pill. Got the whole damn game at a standstill. Pounding 808, dropping anvil. Got them coming like they hustle like we brushing up the anthill. I love the money, I love the ladies, but nothing compares to this weed. I smoke all day and I smoke all night, cause that's all that I really need.
I'm blowing caviar gold as I roll through the Seattle streets. I got a bad bitch with me, she's my passenger. So much ass, I call her a passenger. And I'm asking her, caviar gold as I roll through the Seattle streets. I got a bad bitch with me, she's my passenger. So much ass, I call her a passenger. And I'm asking her,
nice legs. What time they open? You my passenger. And I was just hoping that I could hit it and split it. Giddy up and go grab my britches. Smoking on that caviar gold. Shining my gold teeth on these bitches. So turn this thing up, cause it's wayside. Chris crazy and crooked eye. That's a circle of bosses and she know what it costs us. We in the soccer mom van and she's being accosted. I mentioned David Rains and she gave me brains. A ton of CaviGold cones among other things. The top of the West Coast down to the LBC. I'm on that caviar gold, ain't shit you telling me.
Yeah, what's up with that caviar gold in the house coming from Seattle, Washington? Gotta love that stuff, man. Come on. Let's hear it on out. Come on. Turn it up, folks. Give it a little pump. Caviar gold. Those of you going to Seattle Hemp Fest, you'll see what he's talking about when he says caviar gold cone. We'll get some of those cones. Smoke some of those caviar gold cones. Yeah. So there you go, folks. Urb Thrasher here with Brian the Red. Roll It Tide Studios in Portland, Oregon. And that right there, my friends, was the very first ever hip-hop rap tune played from either Roll It Tide Studios or Roll It J Studios as far as the Urb Thrasher Flower Hour is going. And we were glad to play it because our guest right now, man, is like, he's got so much going on, man. And that right there is an example because you heard Lucero, which was complete rock, and then you heard some rap, hip-hop. And right now, on the phone in Seattle, I got Scott McKinley of CaviGold Records. Dude, man, how are you doing, and what are you up to tonight?
What's going on, man? I am actually in the parking lot of a Lucero benefit show for Paws right now. I'm talking with you fine gentlemen.
Right on. And so let's just talk about that for a second. Lucero is playing a benefit show for, as you mentioned, Paws, and it's a great organization that is something to do with pets.
Well, yeah, it's something that they do every year, actually. We had a friend and fan and loved one that passed a while back. Her name was Anna, and her favorite thing was animals, so every year we throw a benefit to a different animals organization. So this year we're donating all the money, we're doing big raffles, and we're donating all the 100% of all the merch that's sold, and everything's going to Paws.
That is great, man. That's big time. So appreciate you guys doing that and supporting the Seattle scene. And speaking of the Seattle scene, CaviGold Records is busy these days, man. You guys have signed not one band, but I mean, you guys are up to 4 bands, man. Tell us four of the bands that you got going on right now, and what are they up to?
Well, we've always been supported by you guys, by Lucero, and Lucero loves you guys. So Lucero's doing awesome, and right now they just got main stage of Hemp Fest this year.
Yeah!
Which is a big announcement. That's playing in front of 50,000 people at the biggest marijuana convention in the world. So that's something that's big and giant for them. And they also got on the Hemp Expo on the main stage at 5 o'clock right after Floater. That's going to be an awesome show. And that's also in Oregon. And then we have Hemp Stock. We're playing at 2 o'clock, a really cool slot on Friday there.
On Saturday.
So that's going to be Saturday, yeah.
That's big time.
That's going to be a great show as well. And we played last year, and we had a lot of fun at this place. So Lucero's got some great things going on. And then we signed up December in Red. You guys have been playing them a little bit more and more. December in Red is an awesome, energetic band, and we got December in Red this year for the 420 slot of the McWilliams stage of Hemp Fest, so they get to rock out in front of a big
30,000 people. Fuck yeah, dude!
So then we move to Sky Pilot. Sky Pilot is an awesome kind of a hip-hop and rock band. They're young kids, and they're motivated. They just booked their own 12-stop tour all down the West Coast. These kids are awesome. And they also get to play the headlining spot of Sunday night at the McWilliams stage of Hemp Fest.
Fuck yes,
so we
dude.
got that band on. And then we have Black Beat Blue. Black Beat Blue is a Jack Endino band. Jack Endino, if you don't know, did Nirvana. So he produced Black Beat Blue inside of his studios. And we signed them on a pretty good, fair 50-50 deal on trying to get distribution all set up for them. And they got voted on to the KISW Cockfight as 7 nights in a row winners as the Hall of Famers for 2012. And there was just a big voting competition for KSW's Giant Pain in the Grass concert that they do once a year at the Gorge this year, and they won that. So the whole city here is behind these guys as well. And because they won that, I also got them a slot at the 2013 Hempfest. So all 4 bands in our label are all at Hempfest this year.
So there you go, folks. And that right there is proof in the pudding that these guys are definitely supporting this movement. They're supporting the Seattle music scene, and they're supporting Seattle Hemp Fest. Right on, dude. That is great news. Really glad to hear it. I can't wait to see all 4 sets. And you can bet your ass that Urb Thrasher Flower will be taking pictures, and we'll get some video of all 4 and bring these guys to you, because they're great bands. One of the things you got going, Scott, that I'm really digging is, as you mentioned, Sky Pilot is almost a completely different band than kind of the rock scene you have going, as they have some of this rap. So it's almost like CaviGold is really trying to be a little diverse here in their selection of bands.
Well, we have 2 offices, or we have the office in Seattle. We also have an office down in L.A. So in L.A., they really kind of concentrate on all the hip-hop side of things, and I'm dabbling that a little bit. I just did that song you guys just heard with Crooked Eye from Slaughterhouse of Eminem. Awesome guy. We're doing a video for that this month up in Seattle. And we also just did a song with Corrupt from Snoop Dogg's Dog Pound down in L.A. We did the video for that at Frank Sinatra's house. That was put up on Dr. Zodiac's YouTube page. Got over 400,000 views on that already. It's been put up a month ago. Snoop Dogg adopted that and put it on his personal YouTube page. So combined, we have over 500,000 views, and it doesn't go on iTunes until next week.
Wow, that is amazing.
So that'll be pretty much our first big hit, is the Corrupt song for the label. And then we did a Bone Thugs and Harmony song, and we got those guys on. So we're building a nice Caviar Gold album that is very remnant of like a Chronic album. And on that note, I just got invited yesterday to a meeting at Jerry Heller's house down in L.A. for the 24th to go talk about distribution and getting all this big stuff to happen. But you know who Jerry Heller is? He started Bone Thugs and Harmony with Eazy-E and a bunch of other people, and a very big, influential guy inside the hip-hop game.
Right on, dude. No, we're very excited, and we are familiar with him. My pilot here, Brian the Red, he's over here just freaking out.
Oh yeah, man. I'm recognizing the names you're dropping, and I'm fucking over the place here. But big up, man. Some really good stuff coming out of CaviGold.
Right on. Speaking with Scott McKinley of CaviGold Records, Urb Thrasher here with Urb Thrasher Flower Hour. Dude, so you mentioned, we were talking about bands, and you've signed 4, and so I'm sure there's bands out there. There's a lot of musicians out there, and some of them they want to send in their demos. They want to be signed. How are you currently signing bands, and how can they go about doing that? And what advice maybe would you give some of these bands who might be sent in to anyone?
So I actually have given a good couple speeches about all of the information I've learned in the record industry in the past couple months. I've even a couple different stage speeches and stuff. So I'll summarize it and try to break some knowledge off for everybody listening real quick. Number one, most important thing if you have music out there is not to put it on iTunes yourself and not to make a YouTube video. Don't play it live if you're letting people record that, because the process of getting your music out there is going to be getting a sales projection sheet from a licensing company based off of the hype that they can find online about what everybody wants to hear but nobody has. Based off those sales projections, you're going to take them to a distribution company, and you're going to get your distribution deal based on how many items do they think you're going to sell inside of all the stores. And if you get a 5,000 unit deal, they're going to prepay you for 5,000 units. And with that money, you go tour in those areas trying to sell all those units. If you don't sell all those units after 3 months or a quarter of the year, then you have to buy back what you didn't sell, and you're labeled as that percentage of a band for the next sales projection that you bring to that distribution company. For instance, you get a 5,000 unit sale, a 5,000 unit distribution deal. You only sell 2,500 units. Next year, you're going to get a 6,000 unit projection, but they're only going to give you a 3,000 deal because you're a 50% band. So it's very important to look at the numbers of it, understand you have to have something that nobody has heard in order to sell it for distribution. So if you put your own music on iTunes, you put it all on YouTube, you chose to go DIY, you chose to write it yourself and be your own marketing group and not try to use the big distribution companies. That was the biggest lesson that I had to learn as a label, is I can only mess with music that nobody's heard, that hasn't been released anywhere.
Interesting.
And I have a lot of bands that I love that I want to put their music out, but they already put it on iTunes. so the distribution deals that I can get for them are going to be a lot smaller.
Dude, bands, that is some key stuff right there. I hope you really paid attention to
And
that.
I paid a lot of money, and I've traveled around the world. No shit. I've traveled around the world trying to get to where I can learn some information about what to do when the product is done. So it's everybody's always worried about getting their album done. And you can be at the best studio in the world, get the best mastering job done you can possibly imagine. But once you have your done product, now what do you do? And that question is always changing. Every month, everything is changing. But the music industry last year took a 3% lift for the first time in 12 years. So it is coming back around because 65-year-old grandmas now know how to download on iTunes.
Wow.
But if you're going to put an album out and you need a 10-song album that you want to put out, every song has to be a hit. Every song has to be a single. Every song has to be radio-worthy. Every song has to be out there to be a single to sell online because people don't buy full albums anymore. And then after you put a 10-song album out, my best advice is start getting remixes done of your songs, start getting acoustic versions of your songs, and then start pushing singles as their own special product that all lives back to your full album.
There you go, folks. Changing industry right there, and this man is part of it. And so, are you guys signing CaviGold personally? Can bands send stuff to you?
Absolutely. I'm kind of picky when it comes to this. I want to know that you're going to do the work, and what that means is if I put on a post and I say, send me the best song that represents what message that your band has in an EPK, then don't send me a link to your Facebook page. I actually want to get a link to a song and an actual EPK, which is an electronic press kit, an actual resume of the radio stations that have listened to you, the quotes, where you've been, what bands you've played with, how many shows you've been in where. I want to look at it all on one piece of paper while I listen to your song, and quite honestly, I'm going to turn your song off when it's done. I'm going to wait 15 minutes, go about my day, and I'm going to try to remember your chorus. I'm going to try to remember the words of what you were saying in that song, and if I can actually remember it because it's stuck in my head 15 minutes later, I'm going to go back and I'm going to put it in again. I'm going to give it a second listen. If 15 minutes later I can't remember anything that was in your song because it didn't cause the chemical reaction to have the trigger memory in my brain, then I'm probably not going to put it back in and listen again.
Bam.
So it's all about making a chorus that would stick in somebody's head, making something that makes me want to go back and listen to it after giving it a break after the first time.
Man, that's awesome. Speaking with Scott McKinley of CaviGold Records. And so, Scott, man, Seattle has always had a great music scene. But even like today, man, it seems like it's totally thriving, man. How would you summarize the Seattle music scene right now today?
I mean, it's better than I could have ever imagined. I'm coming into this scene and I'm doing what I'm doing at just the perfect time. You've got the bands like Macklemore and Soul, and you've got like some really good big things breaking out of here being new.
Metal
you got
Church.
Window Pane going on tour with Queensryche and Five Finger Death Punch. You've got bigger acts coming up, and the music scene here is just ridiculous. Every night of the week there's something to go see.
Right on,
and then
man.
you have like Sub Pop. Sub Pop is the record label that started the whole grunge scene back in the 90s. Sub Pop's 25th anniversary is today, and they had last night Mudhoney on the top of the Space Needle playing so loud that you can hear it for 5 blocks around the Space Needle. It was amazing. And then tomorrow they're doing a big 25th anniversary concert. I'm going to let out a secret for everybody in Portland right now. If you want to make it up to Georgetown tomorrow for the Sub Pop secret show, there's a to-be-determined surprise guest. I'm going to let it out right now. Soundgarden's coming out to play a free show for everybody.
Come on!
So get your ass down to Seattle, or up to Seattle. Tomorrow's going to be a great, great Seattle moment.
Dude, you guys just heard it. Soundgarden right there, and another Seattle band, you know, that just has taken Seattle. I mean, it's just amazing, and so that's kick-ass stuff. So speaking of Seattle, we talked about Colorado a while ago. Washington is one of 2 states that legalized. It's been legal over a year now. How, as just a dude, you know, how have you seen the state change in the last year now that it's legal, or have you seen no change?
I've definitely seen a massive change just in the way that people talk and people accept it. And a lot of different people are all trying to get, I mean, it's the gold rush of our generation as well. A lot of people are trying to figure out what's going to happen with these laws and how they can get into them. I mean, I have people that I never would have thought in a million years coming up to me and saying, hey, you know a lot of people, I want to set up a giant grow house. How can I do that? Yeah. And it's like, but you don't smoke pot. I know, but it's going to be a cash crop, and I need to get in right now. So a lot of people all over the state are all saying about how this is going to happen. I mean, me personally, I am funding all kinds of ideas of trying to put machines inside of non-collectors, inside of bars, to where you can just go up to like an old school cigarette machine and you can buy a couple joints. And that is something I'm trying to invest in right now because it's going to be fully retail. It's going to be open to the public. Anybody 21 and up. It's completely decriminalized. So just finding all the regulations and paying for all the right permits to be able to do it, because they have to tax every time the product changes hands. So you have to be a manufacturer's license, then you have to have a processing license, and then you have to have a retailer's license. If you have one, you're not allowed to have the other. So they force people to separate, and it gets taxed for each time it changes hands. That way, it's just like liquor. And you look at all the liquor laws, and that's really what they're going to model everything after.
Wow, big time stuff. So back to HempFest real quick before we let you go. Is CaviGold Records going to have a booth there for people to come by and meet you?
We are doing something unprecedented right now, and we are having a raffle for a 1-year supply of Caviar Gold, which is our parent company. Caviar Gold is who originally put into my faith in the music industry and started a record label and let me run that. So I run the music side of it, but it started from a weed brand. And that weed brand is doing a raffle for $5 that they will give you a 1-year supply of their product, $35,000, that you will go to your local shop and pick up every single week. And they're giving that away at HempFest. And that raffle is going to be crazy. We have 2 big booths, and we're even trying to put a giant, 4-person phone booth that we can just instantly fill up with smoke. And we're trying to do it really big and crazy. So it's going to be a really fun time. People are coming from all over the world, and this is going to be just ridiculous this year. And just to make one big announcement, CaviGold Records does like to give back, and we went ahead and put out all our own personal money. We hired Everlast to come out and sing a whole set on Saturday for everybody at the main stage.
Yeah! Fuck yeah, dude.
So
Seattle
Everlast and Whitey Ford, he's going to come out there, and they're going to do all their classics. It's the full band. We're putting them all up, and it's going to be a great time.
Wow, man, that is freaking awesome, dude. Well, shout out, man. I mean, everything that CaviGold has going, we love supporting you guys. We love promoting your bands. We love playing the music, and love hanging out, dude, and I can't wait to see you. You guys can find CaviGold on Facebook, and you can find all these bands on Facebook. Lucero, December in Red, Black Beat Blue, and Sky Pilot. And just look forward to all these guys. You guys definitely need to go to HempFest, meet them. They're going to have big-time booths. And Scott, dude, I can't wait to see you again. Really, really appreciate you dropping all the knowledge. And we're going to get to a couple of these songs, man. Good luck on the show tonight, dude. Tell Lucero we love them. And keep rocking, dude.
Hey, man, you keep doing a good job. And I want to make sure we get Head CE and Everlast for HempFest on your show, too.
Fuck yes, dude. Scott, man, you have a good time. Keep rocking. Let's hear what Black Beat Blue has to say. Turn it up, folks.
difference between you and me, but I can say I brought this on to myself. Repeat the obvious, then tell me it's gonna be okay. Then tell me it's gonna be okay. And I'm breaking through, I'm tearing down every wall. Come find the truth, I'm tearing down every wall. Was it the first? Was it the first? Was it the first? Was it the last time? Your soul resist constant attacks of the best and know that you were the first to call me out with only a short stare. If I had the chance to, I would surround you with both arms and lead you with both hands. This is the last chance to hold on. If I had the chance to, I would go back and surround you and let my arms explain my intentions for me fully. And let my arms explain my intentions for me fully.
Yeah, Urb Thrasher here with Brian the Red, Roll Tide Studios in Portland, Oregon. And what a great interview I had with Scott McKinley right there, owner, founder of CaviGold Records. Just an amazing dude. He's kind of turned into such a great friend, man. We keep in touch all the time. And I'm real proud of what he's done. As I mentioned, I met him at Seattle Hemp Fest a couple years ago. I was backstage waiting on The Accused. And when you guys hear our intro songs and a lot of the bed music, that's Tommy Niemeyer right there of The Accused. Shout out Tommy. But we were waiting on The Accused, man, and he and I just started talking, and then we figured out we were kind of with the same crew. And it's been ever since, man. I've seen him grow, and I expect CaviGold Records to be a force. And bands, I'm telling you, if you want to get signed, I would send in your shit. Even if you expect to get turned down, whatever, who cares? Send it in and see what happens. And Scott will definitely, he's a good guy, man, so I wouldn't be surprised if he gets back with you one way or another. Anyway, Scott, dude, you keep rocking. Appreciate all you do. Appreciate all the bands, Lucero, December in Red, Black Beat Blue, and Sky Pilot, which you just heard a triple block of those guys. And then we opened up the show with Lucero, a remastered version of Climb Inside. And so, good stuff, Seattle. Just appreciate all you guys. Fuck, I love Seattle, man. I sent out a tweet today, Brian. I was like, local for us is Eugene to Seattle when it comes to weed, women, fruit, and music.
Fuck yeah, dude.
Does that sound about right?
That sounds about right.
Right on, dude. So, shout out to Seattle. Shout out to all you guys in the chat room. All you guys smoking. We're doing 420 tonight. Radical Russ is off at the 710 Cup in Denver, so he's doing 710. I've seen Live Little Libra there, and I know she's 710ing. And all you guys, shout out, man, to anyone who's there and having fun. So, all right, man. So last Friday, Aiko and I went to a show, and a badass band called Demon Lung. They've just recently signed to Candlelight Records. Doom metal, kind of, Old Sabbath, but they got a chick singer, Shanda. And I actually put a beard on her, so you can go to my Facebook page, Urb Thrasher, and scroll around on there, and I put a beard on her, dude, in one of our pictures, and she totally thought it was funny, real cool. But great band, so want to do a triple block. And then a couple weeks ago, we had Bobby Burns from Primer 55 on here, and we debuted one of his brand new songs called Fake. So we're going to do that. And then one of my favorite dudes out of Seattle, again, Cody Foster Army. Brand new video called Kick Rocks. And you talk about a crazy motherfucker, dude. this guy right here. And I'm going to see him in Tacoma at the Music Fest August 9th. So looking forward to making it up to Tacoma. So let's get to some music, triple block, and we'll come back and see what happens. So turn it up, folks. Demon, no!
Thanks for us loud. Oh, guitar.
Cody Foster right there. Come on, give him a big hand. Fuck yeah, motherfucker. Listen to this. He's going to go, yeah.
Hear it.
Yeah. I love Cody, man. He's out of Seattle, and you guys can look for his page, Cody Foster Army. Killer dude, man. He's always got something going on, and they're on Ripple Music record label. Love those guys. We've recently been working with those guys and appreciate the support, Ripple. You guys are awesome. In fact, some of you guys like Trucker Diablo. Well, that Cody Foster Army is on the same record label as Trucker Diablo and 8 Machine, some of the guys we've played. And then before that, you heard Primer 55. We had Bobby Burns from Primer 55 on a couple weeks ago. Great guy. Appreciate it, Bobby. You fucking rock, dude. They had a show tonight in Minnesota, I think. And actually a Portland band, American Overdose. is opening for them. So shout out to American Overdose also. And then before that was Demon Lung, and had a great time last weekend meeting with those. Yeah, I got to toke down with those guys. Really cool. Shanda and Jeremy, really cool people. Hung out a lot at the Red Room and checked out their show. You can check out our blog and our interview on there on the Urb Thrasher 420.org radio. So go check it out, man. And then it's like I'm surprised that I'm just amazed at all these new bands I've been meeting these days. And so you guys keep going. Well, we wanted to tell you about a little something going on that we also have. A lot of you guys tuning in. I hope Shredder Finch is out there listening. He's not in the chat room, but he's listening through his phone. Got a lot of new apps now, so on TuneIn you can listen in, and Shoutcast and Winamp, and anything streaming media player, anything mobile now. We've kind of moving forward, and if you need information, you can go to 420radio.org and stream in, man. We're really moving up on giving a lot more options of ways you can hear the Russ Belville Show or Reggae's Reggae Fest, Flashback. I was like Big Daddy Fink, and we just got so much going on here at 420 Radio. So you guys keep up and tune in, man, and have another option to tune in and listen in. So appreciate Scott McKinley. Some of you guys heard that interview, and I'll clear that up for you a little bit real quick. They have 4 bands signed, which is Lucero, December in Red, Sky Pilot, and Black Beat Blue. But some of the rap stuff you heard, like that Crooked Eye song that we played, that stuff that's all under the CaviGold record label. But like the Everlast is not on CaviGold, or some of the other songs we played that just then, they're not on CaviGold. So he's got 4 bands signed. But a great guy. Cavi is just rocking, doing great things. You guys definitely, who's going to Seattle Hemp Fest, you can stop by the Urb Age Designs booth, Space 422, or I have a feeling CaviGold Records is going to be right near also, because they'll be in front of the main stage, I guarantee you. All right, hour 2's coming up here soon. You guys load your bowls. We're going to come back. I'm expecting to talk to Radical Russ. Man, he could be dabbing and have no clue, so we'll talk to him. If not, I'll make up some sports. We still got some tunes. I'm going to be at the Northwest String Summit next week, talk about that, and just some good times. So you guys checking in. Thanks for tuning in. Urb Thrasher Flower Hour. We'll be back for hour 2. Load those bowls up, folks.